for jumping on and joining tonight. I will get this all spliced up and edited and out to you guys. For those of you that are in the training course, this will be on one of the lessons in the MAC course. For those of you that are jumping on to watch it live, take some notes, okay? Because I want you to learn the takeaway from all this. 4 things that I constantly am able to recognize with people because of the type of situation that I'm in on a daily basis. What does that mean? I have a bird's eye view to a certain type of people, a large network of people. I am connected to people that make millions of dollars and that are highly successful and professionals in their field. And I am connected to a lot of people that are becoming them, okay? Because everybody starts at one place or another and grows and learns and evolves and becomes a professional at whatever it is that they're starting to do. So we all know that in order to become a professional, it takes 10,000 hours. We all know that. It's not something new and a surprise. You don't just wake up one day and you're a professional at something. And that includes being a professional network marketer, okay? You have to fail over and over again and learn the whole thing, a professional salesman, whatever. It doesn't matter. It takes time and practice. That's not one of the things. I'm just talking to you about professionals, people that have mastered a craft, people that have mastered a skill. They know it inside and out. And that can even be a degree, like becoming a lawyer, okay? Those are professionals or highly successful people, people that are highly successful in their trade or their skill. Okay, let's talk about the daily activities, though, that sets these people apart. When I onboard a new client into my coaching program, it happens all the time. That's what inspired today's lesson, is because this morning when I onboarded a new person, this is someone who's been in network marketing for a long time, but is at this place where they're trying to figure out how to become successful and what are they missing. And I always ask everybody the same questions. I say, do you keep a calendar? Do you keep a calendar? And oh yeah, I keep a calendar. I have a digital calendar and I have electronic calendar. And oh yeah, I keep a calendar. Let me see your calendar. And so what's on most of these people's calendars is doctor's appointments, when they have to go take their kid to the dentist, a dinner event that they have to go to, that type of thing. That's not what I'm talking about. People who are highly successful schedule their success and they keep a calendar that is filled with daily activities. So something else that inspired this lesson, this live today, is today I did a post about a perfect day in my freedom life. And it had all these things that I got done today. All these things, like go look at my Facebook page and go find the things that I did today. And people were commenting like, oh my gosh, I need to take a nap. I'm exhausted that. Oh my gosh, how do you get all that done? You're amazing. You're incredible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I haven't even done anything today. Like, that's not a busy day. That's just a regular day in my life. That's what happens every day. And I got to get done a whole bunch of stuff I got done that most people wouldn't get done. So here's the deal. And I tell people all the time, if you're going to have 20 people over for Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, and you're going to go do all the cooking, or you're going to do all the cooking, and you got to go to the grocery store, are you going to sit down and make a detailed list of what you need? Or are you just going to go to the grocery store and buy everything you need and come home and you have gotten everything? No, you're not. You're going to sit down and you're going to make a detailed list. And you're going to go up and down each aisle and you're going to shop for everything you need and you're going to get exactly what you need to get done. And you're going to do that. And you're going to do the same for your Christmas shopping. You're going to make a list of all the people that you got to buy presents for, and you're going to write down what you want to buy and what your budget is and what time. And for all those people that go on that Black Friday shopping, they make a plan. They have like a map of the store and they've got it marked out. I'm going to take this aisle and you take that aisle and I'll meet you. We'll touch base here and we'll get walkie-talkies and we'll talk to, I mean, like they just have this whole map out of what they're going to do when they go on this crazy shopping day, right? People plan and schedule those things so they can have success at them. But yet the average person doesn't even plan their day. They run their day by habit. They don't schedule, call this lady and set this appointment and follow up with these 3 people and send this person a message and follow. You know, they don't do those kind of things with their daily life. So that's one thing. Keeping a detailed daily calendar, okay? I live by my calendar. If I could show you what my desk looks like. I have a paper calendar. My paper calendar is constant. Every day I'm adding to it a new meeting, a new thing, squeeze this person in here, fit this, run here, do this, go have lunch here, go to the gym, blah, 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 do all that stuff, right? That's one thing. Then over there, I have my journal. So my calendar, I write in pencil. My journal, I write in pen. Okay, so that's the second thing, is very highly successful people and people that are working on becoming a professional, they journal every single day because their brain is constantly processing thoughts and coming up with ideas and questions, and they're journaling and they write. And here's the thing, is a lot of people, when I onboard them, they say they have a journal, but they don't know what to journal. What do I journal, Darla? Like, what do I write down? They don't have a clue how to journal. But once you start learning how to journal, everything starts changing. So here's my little example of what I tell people. I said, this is the bridge right here. The thought must come through here to here and onto paper. And what you're putting on that paper, make sure that it's positive, not negative. So for example, this morning I had assisting a friend of mine in doing a presentation for her business to a car salesman. And she was getting very frustrated, and she kept calling me back, another frustrating question, another question, another question. And then the whole thing's over, and she calls me and she says, oh my gosh, that went absolutely horrible. It was terrible. It was a nightmare. If everything could have went wrong, it went wrong. I said, well, how did it end up? And she said, oh, he signed up and he got the $97 package. I'm all, so is that terrible or did it end great? And then I said, let me talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about the mindset of an entrepreneur. I want to shift your mindset and teach you a few things about what just happened. First of all, that was the perfect presentation. The perfect presentation is every presentation you do. I said that presentation gave you more value than 10 presentations that didn't have all those issues happen to them. Because what have you learned from this morning? Did you learn how to cross this bridge? Did you learn how to cross this bridge and this bridge and this bridge and this bridge? And when it happens again, do you know how to overcome this one and overcome this one and overcome this one and overcome this one? And now do you know the answer to this and the answer to this and the answer to this? And I started telling her back all the things. And I said, now let's recap the whole morning and let's talk about that awesome presentation that you had this morning, that you went in hoping the guy signed up and you came out with the guy signed up. Sorry, I'm Italian. And the guy signed up. Now let's talk about that. And then I want you to go home and I want you to get your journal out. And I want you to take everything that happened in a positive way, and I want you to put it through this pen and on that paper. And I want you to write, today I had my first presentation and it was awesome. Here is everything I learned. I learned how to do this when this happens. I learned when this happens, this is how you deal with it. I learned how to get this when I'm wanting to get this. I'm learning the workaround to getting this when this happens again. And I want you to make an entire list of all the amazing things that came from this morning's presentation. Now I want to ask you, was that the most valuable presentation that you could imagine of ever doing? And she's like, yes, it was. I'm all, that presentation just sped you up on your growth process of learning this whole thing. You just learned so much today that would take the average person that doesn't have those things happen to learn. Do you see the value and the power of what you went through this morning? And she said, yes. I said, journal it, write it down, write all that down. Because here's the thing, you guys, your journal needs to be filled with the growth process and the positive things and the movements. And when you say something is terrible or it didn't go right, you're focused on that. And people that are working towards becoming an entrepreneur and a professional are seeking the positive things and the growth. So writing down all the positive things that came from it, you're going to learn from those and you're going to grow from those. So that's how you journal. When you listen to an audio, which is number 3. So the first one is keeping a calendar and planning your day every day, learning how to do calendar mapping. Second is journaling, okay? And they're out of order. You can do these in any order. These are just 4 things every day that highly successful people and professional people implemented one day and then became a habit. And now they do it as professionals. They do it every day. You go talk to anybody who's successful. They keep a calendar. They keep a journal. And then the third one is what they spend their time watching and listening to, what books they read, what movies they watch. They're not people that go do binge watching series of Netflix series, or they're rarely people who watch Game of Thrones. They're rarely people who are every night sitting for 2 to 3 hours watching TV. They're the people that you see watching YouTube videos of their craft. Like, for example, Bella in volleyball. She wants to be a professional volleyball player for UCLA. That kid watches so many volleyball YouTube videos. She studies the professionals. She's watching them. She knows their names. She watches their serves. She replays them. She watches them over and over again. She goes back and watches the feed of all of the times that she plays in a tournament, and she watches her game and watches how she can improve. That's what I'm talking about. It's the types of things that you're spending watching and the books that you read. They're reading books that have to do with their industry. They're reading books that have to do with biographies, or whatever you call those stories about people's success that have done what it is that they're trying to do. Those things, they watch those, and they watch those types of movies, and they have a hard time spending wasted time on things that don't move their brain forward and move their mind forward and challenge them, because their brains are constantly, they're obsessed type of people. They're obsessed with learning their craft. They're obsessed with watching and interviewing and going to and feeling and repeating their craft of what it is that they're trying to learn. Okay, so they keep a calendar. They journal what they learn, listen, and hear every day, and they learn how to journal to the positive. They don't journal the negative. They learn how to journal the positive, because they've learned that positive grows when what you focus on grows. Okay. 3, what they watch and what they listen to. And 4 is a mentor. Every single successful person has hired coaches and mentors to get them where they want to go. They invest in their skill. They invest in their mindset. They invest in their craft. They invest in their game. They invest in them. They go to seminars. They go to events. They go to shows. They hire trainers and therapists and physical therapists if it's that type of a trade. They get coaches to teach them how to swing. They get coaches to teach them how to talk. And if you're in the communication world, you need a coach to teach you how to communicate. They go to Toastmasters so they can learn how to speak. They go to family therapy lessons so they can learn how to communicate. But they learn these things. They invest into themselves. And most unsuccessful people don't. We're all born naked. We're all born with no clues and no knowledge and no mentors and no calendars and no skills and no books and no audios and no mentors. All of us are. Our mentors are our parents. Our books are what they read us. Our stories are what they tell us. It's our environment. It's our friends. It's the people that we hang out around. And once you start applying these 4 steps into your life, that is the beginning of the journey of becoming a professional and successful. Now, here's another thing about these types of people. They do what winners do. They don't do what quitters do. Quitters are people who can't stick to something long enough for it to work. Winners are people who fall down and get back up and fall down and get back up, and they learn from every time that they go, and they get back up and they keep going, and they don't quit, and they keep going, and they keep obsessing, and they keep obsessing, and they do it again and again, and they get up again, and they watch it again, and they read it again, and they write it again, and they go through it again, and they become obsessed with learning through the process, because that's what success is. A series of failures that are put together until you succeed. That's what success is. So if you don't keep a calendar, I have a free training section on my training page on darlady.com. If you go to my free training section, it's called MAC, Master the Art of Human Connection. One of my trainings in there is on calendar mapping, so you can learn how to calendar map. It's one thing to have a calendar, but it's another thing to know what goes on the calendar so that you can schedule your success. You've got to learn how to schedule your success, and you got to map out your game plan, or else you're not going to continually learn how to grow. Okay. Secondly, is the books that you're reading and the things that you watch. Okay. Start watching books look, I'm watching a book today. Start watching videos, YouTube videos and inspirational videos, and reading books every day, a chapter a day. Listen to a chapter a day on the treadmill. Listen to, get up and move and go do something and feed your brain for your trade and your skill and your profession. Okay. Okay. Protect your time, what you're watching and listening to. I'm getting out of order, but you get it. And journaling, learning how to journal. If you don't know how to journal, your mentor will teach you when you hire a mentor. You need a mentor, guys. Everybody does. We all have mentors. okay? And it's not just about me pitching my course. Hire somebody else if it's not me, but hire somebody. A lot of people don't understand how toxic they are and how distractive their energy is. They're not attractive, and they don't know how to communicate and connect. They don't know how to inspire and uplift. They're demeaning and they're belittling, and they don't even realize it. And when you learn these things and you learn the art of connection, you will learn how to open up and attract people into your life and tap into the riches of relationships. All right, you guys, there's 4 things that all successful people do that if you will implement those things into your life, you will look back one day and say, it was those 4 things that started the transition of me reinventing my life and moving up and becoming a professional in what it is that I do. All right,